Hey, are you stupid? Does this ever happen to you? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to How to Use a Video Game Controller 101, where I'm going to teach you how to use a video game controller. You see, this is not a dildo. This is a video game controller. It is the sole component that converts your physical inputs into ones and zeros that a computer can understand. In other words, it makes Mario move. In most instances, controls are a crucial factor to good game design. However, for us reviewers, they can be a bit hard to fully describe without the viewer experiencing them firsthand. So here are some buzzwords to memorize that are great for describing how a video game feels. Clunky, buttery, Spider-Man. Now, everyone has a different preference on their favorite video game controller. Some people prefer the hard edges of the NES controller or the three-prong design of the N64 controller, and others will try to convince you that keyboards are a viable method for playing 3D platformers. What's important to note here is that it's okay to have wrong opinions. Now that you've selected your controller of choice, it's time to start using it. First off, make sure you've properly secured your controller to your hand. Studies show that controllers often end up escaping our hands and into TVs, and we don't want that. That costs a lot of money. So if your controller doesn't have its own wrist strap, then I advise using the cord that connects it to the console. Otherwise, you can always use duct tape or handcuffs. As you're gaming, make sure you're taking proper care of your thumbs. If they start becoming sore from all the sweating you're doing out there, then stop, get some ice on that, some lotion, mayonnaise, and in some worst case scenarios, you may need to amputate. For further demonstration, allow me to introduce What to Do Don and Jerry, the Mistake. Notice Don's posture as he applies a firm grip on his GameCube controller. This is an example of a man with full 100% engagement with his game. Nothing is going to tear him away from that screen. Jerry, what are you doing? That's not a controller. That's a banana. Every working controller has a D-pad, and now you might be thinking, oh, what about the Joy-Con? There's no D-pad on that, and notice how I specified working controllers. The D-pad, or directional pad, was invented by Nintendo, and they thought it was so damn neat that they kept the design and patented it for themselves. So other companies had to get creative, for better and for worse. Buttons are very important too, as you can see. Jesus Christ, is that what I think it is? Oh man, I was supposed to go over buttons, triggers, analog sticks, but I guess we'll have to skip over that, for we have a far greater issue. Now there are two things that should never be brought together: food and video game controllers. But that doesn't stop gamers, no. Most of them don't even shower. Do you really think they're gonna wipe their hands down before touching an off-brand Xbox 360 controller? Like all great things in life, controllers will eventually die, whether that be from too much wear and tear or from spraying it with too much Lysol. Either way, your best course of action is probably to take it to your local game store and have them take a crack at it. But if your overinflated pride and ego won't let you do that, then here's some advice. Make sure you use the right screwdrivers. It's very important. You don't want to strip the screws. Also, make sure you keep those screws organized. You don't want to lose them and have your favorite animal, your cat, eat them. That would suck. And while it does work most of the time, rubbing alcohol does not fix everything. And lastly, I'll leave you with this. When it comes to controllers, it's okay to have preferences, even if they're objectively wrong and weird. As long as you enjoy using them, then that's all that matters. Also, don't forget to apply hand lotion.